Lisa and this is Barre. Thanks for joining. We are going to get started warming up here. So all you'll need is a light set of weights if you have them, or something of weight, soup cans, whatever. A mat if you have one, and then something that you can use as like a bar, so like a chair or a table or something like that, just for balance. Okay, so we're going to start with our feet in first position, heels in, toes out, head, shoulders, and hips are all in a straight line here, core is engaged. Palms face the ceiling, we're going to come into releve, so it's lift and lower. Releve and lower, good. Lift. Breathing, keeping that core nice and tight. Lift and lower, good. Working those calf muscles. Warming up the shoulders for another 4, 3, 2, after one we're going to hold here, 1 hold high, lower the arms, lift, lower and lift, good. So you're up in releve, your calf muscles are engaged, core is nice and tight, breathing, lower and lift for 4, 3, 2 more. Last one, arms stay here. Flutter, flutter the heels, little flutters. Pulse, pulse, pulse. So really starting to feel those calf muscles. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Stay here for these pulses for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So toes facing forward, feet about hips width apart, arms up overhead. We're just gonna exhale as we lift the knee, alternating sides, like a little standing crunch here. Exhale, exhale, good. Breathe. For another 8, 7, then we'll bring this to hamstring curl. 5, 4, 3, 2, now side to side, heel to the butt, heel to the butt. Shifting your weight side to side. So engaging those hamstrings, the back of your legs. Warming up the shoulders as well. 8, 7, 6, after 5 we're going to go side to side. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now knees come side to side. Exhale, side to side here. So feeling those hips a little bit too. Side to side. Obliques are working. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Good. All right, so you're going to pick up those weights here. We're going to start in a second position. So second position, heels in, toes out. When you come in down into your second position, you want your knees to be behind your toes. Your shoulders, hips, and head are all in a straight line here. Okay, so you'll be feeling those inner thighs working, feeling the quads as well, and the core. So palms are going to face the floor as we plie. We're going to lift to shoulder height and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. So those inner thighs are facing towards the front of the room. Lift and lower. Good. Speeding it up a little. 8, 7, 6, 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the weights at shoulder height. Cross and open. Cross and open. Alternating one arm over the other. Arms right at shoulder height here. Good. So you're feeling into the chest a little bit. Tops of the shoulders. Front of the shoulders. Inner thighs and quads. Try to hold them up there. I know. 8. If the weights become too much at any point, set them down. 6, 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2 more. Last one, hold them at shoulder height here. We open and close, open and close. So squeezing those shoulder blades together, keeping the weights at shoulder height. Head, shoulders, and hips are all in a straight line, so try not to stick your butt out. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2, we're gonna hold the weights out to the side. Hold low, down an inch, pulse it low, pulse it low. This is where those weights start to feel nice and heavy. So maybe you've got, these are 3-pounders. Maybe you've got 2, 2.5, 3 pounds. 4 if you're feeling beastie. Pulse, pulse, good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brief rest. Roll the shoulders back and forwards a little. Good. All right. Sliding those feet into a first position. So your arms are going to be right at shoulder height again. You're going to come into first. So heels together, toes out, core is engaged, head, shoulders, hips are all in a straight line. And we're going to bend and extend at the elbows here like a little hammer curl. 3, 2, and let's go. It's curl. Curl. Good. Working biceps, working shoulders. 8 more here. 8, 7, 6. I know. 5 more. Struggling 2. 4 more. 3. After 2, we're going to hold low. 1 hold here. Lift an inch, lift an inch. So you're holding low the plie. You're lifting an inch at those shoulders and biceps. Pulse, pulse. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bringing the weights or the elbows into the ribs here as we plie. Pressing the weights out and in. Elbows return to the ribs. Working your biceps and shoulders. I'm giving you a rest by explaining. 3, 2, let's go. Out and in, press out and in. So you just keep that slight little bend at your elbows the whole time. Those weights are staying right at shoulder height. Like you're passing the weight to someone. Press, good. Keep that core tight, shoulders over hips. We got 8 more for 8, 7, 6, 5 more. After 4 more, you know we're gonna do some pulsing, right? 3, 2, stay low, lift an inch, biceps and shoulders. Lift and lift. Biceps should be on fire. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the shoulders back and forwards. Sorry, something popped up. I don't know what that meant. Okay, so you're going to hinge forward at the hips here. Cores engaged, little slight bend at the knees, tailbones lifted. Tricep kickbacks. Keeping those elbows nice and high, pinkies to the ceiling. Lower. 3, 2, let's go. It's press and lower. Press and lower. Good. Keep those elbows nice and high. Squeezing the triceps. You got this. 8 more here. 8, but we're not done. 7, 6, 5 more. 4 more. After 3, we're going to do little baby tricep kickbacks. 1, hold high, little bend an inch, pulse. Pulse, so just it's a little teeny bend and extend from the elbows, keeping those elbows nice and high, ears in line with shoulders. You're looking out at the floor in front of you, just like a few feet here. Pulse, pulse, good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Arms are straight, lift high. Lift an inch, lift an inch. You're staying at the tippity top there, pulsing to the ceiling, pinkies to the ceiling, moving from the shoulders, but those triceps are working. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, we'll end with a hold. 2, hold it high for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brief rest. But we're gonna keep torturing those triceps. So now, same position, you're going to rotate the palms to face towards the ceiling as you do your kickback, just kind of hitting the tricep a little differently. 3, 2, let's go. It's press and lower, squeeze, squeeze. I promise we're almost done torturing the upper body. Press. Good, so those palms rotate to face the ceiling, then they rotate to face one another as they lower. 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4 more. After 3, you're gonna keep those palms facing the ceiling. 2, palms face the ceiling, we bring the thumbs together. So it's in, 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 in. Good, so you're trying to bring those weights together. Keep those weights up at shoulder height, those triceps are on fire. Stay with me here for 8, 7, 6, then we'll just hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, get them a little higher and just hold, palms face the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, nice. Put those weights down. Grab a sip of water if you need it. One arm out in front with a shoulder stretch, lightly pressing on that like elbow area here. And switch sides. Now we're going to focus a little bit more isolated on the lower body. All right. So we're going to come into a parallel position here. So what that means is, I'm going to call it your bar, but it'll be your, there we go. It'll be your chair, table, whatever you've got there. You're going to be about forearms distance from your bar here. You're going to be up in releve, so your heels are lifted, core is engaged, little slight bend at the knees, forearms distance from the bar. If you were to let go of the bar, ta-da, you're balanced, okay? Now from here we're gonna go down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. So it's just a little bend at the knee, keeping shoulders over hips here. So you're working your quads, you're working your calf muscles, and your core. Down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. So you're just moving like down and up an inch or 2. Notice at the top that my knees are still bent, so my quads are working. 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4 more, shoulders back, chest up. 3, 2, 1. Now from here we're going to open the knees, neutral. Open the knees, neutral. So from the front, looks like so. So open the knees and they're back to about hip width. Open and neutral, good, open. So by opening those knees, you're working the side glute area, you're working your quads, open. 8 more, it's 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go down an inch, open the knees twice. Down an inch, pulse the knees, open. Down, down, pulse. Pulse, those knees stay wide on the second pulse. Open, open, see, down, down, open, open. We got this. Down an inch, open twice. Pulse the quads, pulse the hips. Down, down, shaking's normal here. Pulse, pulse, open, open. 4 more. Woo, baby. 3 more. Down an inch, open the knees, 2 more. Down an inch, open, open last. We're not done. Open, open. Now we just go fast. Down an inch, pulse, pulse, pulse. Work those quads. Come on, just down and up an inch, nice and fast here. Keep those heels lifted. Woo, quads. Stay with me for 10, 9, but you're not coming out. 6, shoulders over hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now those knees stay wide. Open, open, pulse, 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 pulse. So they stay wide. Your quads are shaking. Come on, stay with me here. Pulse, pulse. Breathe, feeling those thigh glute, hip area. For another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brief rest. All right, we're adding on. So we're gonna come into our parallel position, but we're gonna do a little like arabesque glute lift. So we're going to pulse our plie twice, or our parallel position twice, and then you're gonna hinge in towards the bar, point that left toe, hips evenly face the floor, pulse to the top, squeezing that left glute, okay? So once again, you hinge forward at the hips, you're still in releve on that right foot, pulse the left. We'll do it both sides. 3, 2, let's go. It's down an inch, glutes, glutes, good. Down an inch, pulse the glute, pulse. Squeeze the glute, good. Try and keep those hips evenly facing the floor as you do so. Stay in releve the whole time if you can. Good, you got this, breathing. Pulse, and glute. Parallel, squeeze the glute. 5 more, parallel, arabesque. 3 more. Keep those shoulders over hips in that parallel position. 2 more. Last one, and then we're just gonna pulse the glute. Stay here, stay in releve, lift an inch. Keep the core tight. Lift an inch, pulse, good. Squeeze that left glute, you got this. Stay with me here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, same thing. So we go down an inch, lean in, glute, pulse. Now it's right side as you're leaning that chest in towards the bar, right glute. Trying to keep those hips evenly facing towards the floor. I have to remind myself of that too. Shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. Pulse, and glute. Energy through that right foot, toes pointed. 5 more. Squeeze the glute. 4 more. Keep that core nice and tight. 2 more. Last one. Pulse, and squeeze. Stay here. Lift an inch. Pulse it high. Good. Lift an inch. Squeezing that right glute. We got this. 8, 7, 6, and then we'll add on curtsies. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So now your curtsy. You're going to take your right leg. You're going to swing your right leg around over towards your left. Shoulders over hips. Come down into your curtsy. We're going to practice the curtsy first, then we'll add them together. So just from the, probably from the back. So as you can see, my right leg is coming around over towards my left in this curtsy here. Okay? Dropping that back knee towards the floor. So 3, 2, let's go. Curtsy to center. Staying in releve here. Curtsy, center. Good. So those calf muscles are going to feel toasty. For another 6, and then we'll pulse our curtsy. 5, and then we'll put them together. 4 more. 3 more. Remember, you're just lightly holding onto the bar. You're not death gripping it. 2 more. Last one, stay. Here we go. Down an inch. Pulse it low. Sitting into that left glute here. Left quad's working as well. Well, both quads are working, but pulse. We got this. Shoulders over hips. 9, 8, 7, 6. Then we'll put it together with the parallel position. 3, 2, 1. Now we come back to parallel. So it's pulse the parallel twice, pulse the curtsy. Pulse the parallel, pulse the curtsy. Parallel, curtsy. Good. Parallel, curtsy. We got this. Woo, baby. Working the glute, working the quads, working the calf muscles. curtsy, curtsy. 6 more, parallel, parallel, curtsy, curtsy. 5 more, parallel, parallel. I know, curtsy, curtsy. 4 more, woo. 3 more, parallel, parallel, curtsy, curtsy. 2 more, we got this. Last one, parallel, parallel, curtsy, curtsy. Other side. So now your right leg is gonna pass over the left to come to your curtsy, then back to center. 3, 2, let's go. It's curtsy and center, curtsy and center. So now you're sitting into that right glute. Your shoulders stay over your hips the whole time. That bar is just there for balance. Good, 5 more. 5. 4 more, then we'll pulse the curtsy. 3, 2, get low, down an inch, pulse the curtsy, pulse the curtsy. So we're pulsing our curtsy, then we're gonna put the parallel and curtsy together, and then we'll come to the mat. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, sitting is the right glute. 3, 2, 1, good. Back to center, parallel, parallel, curtsy, curtsy. Let's do it. 3, 2, let's go. It's parallel, parallel, curtsy, pulse. Parallel, parallel, curtsy, curtsy. Yes, we got this. Woo, building a sweat. Pulse the curtsy. Feeling quads, feeling glutes. Core stays nice and tight. Good. Parallel, parallel, curtsy, curtsy. Parallel, parallel, curtsy, curtsy. 6 more, parallel, parallel, curtsy, curtsy. 5 more. 4 more. Woo. 3 more, parallel, parallel, but we're gonna do the parallel pulse, yeah. 2 more, just for torture's sake. Last one, parallel, parallel, curtsy, curtsy. Come back to parallel position. Down an inch, pulse, 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 pulse. Shoulders over hips. Work those quads, just that little bend at the knees here. Working those quads, setting them on fire, baby. We got this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, made it. Give yourself a quad stretch, opposite foot, opposite hand. Push your foot into your hand and bring your knee and hip back slightly. Switch sides. So push that foot into that hand, bring that knee and hip back slightly. Good. Bring your feet wide. Bring your chest down toward the mat. We're gonna come down onto the mat for some glutes. And then we'll get some abs. All right, grab water if you need it. Cool, so working through some bridges. So we're going to start with our feet like in a first position. So heels and toes together, okay? Or heels together, toes apart is what I meant. So you're gonna lay down on your mat. Heels together, toes out, palms are into the floor here. So from here, you're gonna lift your hips high, squeeze the glutes. Okay, so hips as high as they'll go. Your knees are a little bit wider than your hips, or about hip width. If you find that this is bugging your knees, or you're feeling your hamstrings more than your glutes, maybe try shifting your butt closer to your feet, or if that makes it worse, shift away a little, just change your angle there. All right, 3, 2, let's go. It's lift and lower, lift and lower. So your butt barely taps the floor, lift it high, tap the butt. Get those hips as high as they'll go, squeeze the glute. Squeeze, good. Exhale as you lift. 8 more like this, 8. Remember, if you're not feeling the butt enough and you're feeling more hamstrings, scoot your butt towards your feet. 5 more, 4 more. After 3, we're gonna hold high. 2, hold it high, lift an inch, pulse. Pulse to the top, pulse to the top. You will feel some quads on this too. You might feel a teensy bit of low back, but it shouldn't be a ton. You should be feeling more glutes. 10, 9, 8, 7. We're gonna hold the hips high. 4, 3, 2, get the hips nice and high, glutes squeezed. We're gonna open the knees, neutral. Open the knees, neutral. So by opening those knees, you're gonna feel that side glute hip area right here, open. Open and neutral, open, good. 8 more, it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Keep those knees wide and just lift those hips nice and high and hold. Now we're gonna lift an inch, pulse. Pulse, those knees are wide now. You're pulsing to the top. Pulse, pulse. It's a teeny tiny movement. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Now, your legs are gonna be glued together. So inner thighs, knees, feet, all nice and tight together here. Act like you've got a $100 bill in between your inner thighs, and it's a windy day and you're keeping it there. Palms into the floor. From here we lift and lower. So you'll feel the inner thighs. Lift and lower. So you'll find probably with this squeeze together inner thigh position, you might not be able to get the hips as high as you did in that last position. That's just pretty natural. Lift. 8, 7, come on, squeeze the inner thighs. 6, 5 more, 4 more, 3, that butt barely taps the floor, then you lift. 2, keep those inner thighs squeezed. Last 1, keep the inner thighs squeezed, lift an inch, pulse, pulse. Pulse it high, come on, keep those inner thighs squeezed, they should be on fire, your glutes should be on fire too. Lift, lift, good, 10, 9, we'll end with a hold, there's more though. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it high, hold. 8, 7, keep the inner thighs squeezed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ugh. Okay, now your feet are gonna be in like a second position. So heels and toes out. Your feet will be probably about like the width of your mat or maybe a little closer. If you're finding like a lot of tension on your low back and hips, you might want to bring your feet a teensy bit closer together. But heels and toes out, palms into the floor, and from here we're going to lift and lower. You'll feel a lot more side glute in this position. Get ready. In 3, 2, let's go. Lift and lower. Lift. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze. Squeeze it high. We got this. 8, 7. Get those hips as high as you can. Squeeze the glutes nice and tight. 6, 5, 4 more. Then you'll hold it high. 3, 2. Hold it high. Open, open. Open the knees, open the knees. Good. You're pulsing those knees. Open, open. Open it, open the knees. Squeezing that side glute. Your hips stay nice and high so your whole butt's on fire. Pulse, open. Pulse it, open. Pulse it, open. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep those knees wide. Now we lift an inch, pulse it high, pulse it high. Pulse those hips. Squeeze those glutes. Your whole butt should be on fire here. Pulse it high, good. 10, 9, and then we'll end with the hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it nice and high, just hold, hold, hold. Stay here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Good. All right, so moving on to abs. So you're gonna be down on your back here. We're gonna start out with a Pilate Scissor. So toes pointed, shoulder blades up off the floor. Grab around the calf, or for a modification, you'll just keep that top knee bent, just grabbing around the top of the knee. And so from here, we're gonna pulse, pulse and switch. Pulse, pulse, good. So both legs are pulsing towards the floor. Pulse, pulse. Shoulder blades stay off the floor. Exhale, exhale. Inhale on the switch. Good. Pulse, pulse. Good. Pulse, pulse and switch. Pulse, pulse and switch. We got this. Keeping those shoulder blades off the floor, nice and high. Nice audible breath. Exhales on those pulses. 8, 7, 6. We're going to go directly to bicycle. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hands behind the head. Switch and switch. Elbows nice and wide. Lift that opposite shoulder up toward that opposite knee. Exhale, exhale. Good. Modification. You can keep one knee on the floor at all times. Press, press. Lifting that shoulder blade up off the floor towards that opposite knee. We got this. Lift and lift. Good. We got it here. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to Pilate Scissor. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. We're going to go through this circuit here twice, and then we'll change it up. Don't worry. Pulse, pulse. Toes pointed, energy through the feet. Good, we got this. Breathing. 8 more. 8, 7, 6. And we'll go back to bicycle. 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hands behind the head. Switch and switch. Bicycle crisscross here. Exhale as you lift. Inhale on the switch. Your abs like this endurance. They should feel on fire. Lift. Exhale. We got it. Stay with me here. For another. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So crunches, feet into the floor. Hands are going to be behind your head here. So trying to keep like fist distance between your chin and chest here. Ears in line with your shoulders. We're just going to crunch and lower. Lift. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. We got it. 8, 7, 6, 5 more. And then we're going to isolate the lower legs, lower body. 1, now your head's going to rest, hands behind the head. You're just going to lift and tap. Lift the hips, tap the heels. Lift the hips, tap the heels. So get that little hip lift if you can. More advanced, you can hover the shoulder blades up off the floor. Lift and lower. 8 more like this, then we'll put them together. 7, 6, 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now the upper and lower crunch together. So crunch, tap the heels. Upper and lower crunch, tap the heels. Crunch. Crunch and tap. Crunch and tap. Woo! Abs should be on fire. Crunch and tap for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to crunch. Tap the heels to the butt. Tap them further out, furthest out, and then back to center. So 1, 2, 3, and crunch. Tap the heels. 1, 2, 3, and crunch. You're just walking those heels out and crunch. 1, 2, 3, and crunch. Good. Close, further, furthest, and in. Close, further, furthest, and in. Breathing. 6 more. 1, 2, 3, and crunch. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 2 more. Last one, then we'll pulse the crunch. And crunch, heels into the floor, lift an inch, pulse it high, pulse it high. Pulse, pulse, pulse to the top, pulse to the top. Abs on fire, we got this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop your arms to the left, knees to the right. And switch sides. We're gonna finish with some planks. So, planks. You can be, for this first one here, you can be up on your hands or down on your elbows if you prefer. Doesn't really matter to me. You just wanna make sure though that your shoulders are right over your wrists or your elbows if you're down on your elbows. You want to make sure your hips aren't sinking down to the floor. They're also not way up into the ceiling. Upper back's engaged, low belly's engaged here, okay? So we're gonna come to a plank, and from here in this plank, we're just gonna alternate lifting one heel and then the other. So it'll shift your weight a little, your glute will squeeze a little bit. You're gonna lift just a few inches off the floor. Modification, at any point, you can just hold a plank on your knees, okay? Get ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's lift and lower, lift and lower. Good. Alternating sides, lift and lower. Shoulders over wrists or elbows. Breathing, lift, lift. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, then we'll just hold. 1, hold, plank, hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Child's pose, feet together, knees wide. Reach the arms out in front, stretch. Good, all right. So coming back into a plank, hip dips. You can be high plank or elbow plank, your call. I'm gonna come down on my elbows this time. So from here, you're gonna drop one hip towards the floor and then the other, alternating sides, working the obliques, little hip dips. Your hip's probably not gonna touch the floor, but it's just gonna angle towards the floor. Alternate sides, 3, 2, let's go. It's lower and switch, switch and switch. Alternating sides, switch and switch. Feeling the oblique, which is the side of your core, switch and switch. Stay with these alternating sides. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2 more. Last one, hold plank. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose briefly. Reach those arms out in front, stretch, stretch, stretch. Last exercise, spider planks. You can be on your hands or your elbows, your call. You're gonna bring the same side knee to the same side elbow, okay? So, looks like so. Get ready. We are going in 3, 2, let's go for it. It's 16, 15, squeeze the obliques. Last bit of work, 12, 11, 10, shoulders over wrist, 9 or elbows, 8, 7, 6, 5, and we'll end with a plank, 4, 3, upper back's engaged, hold high, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, child's pose. You made it. Feet together, knees wide. Reach the arms out in front, little stretch here. Take a couple deep breaths. Come onto hands and knees, working through cat and cow. So cat back arches up like a Halloween cat. Cow belly sinks down, chin, chest, and tailbone to ceiling. I can talk. Good. Moving through cat and cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Good. Tuck the toes under, come up into a downward dog, hips up to the ceiling. Pedal out the feet, lift one heel as the other presses down towards the mat. Good. From here, you're just going to walk the feet in towards the hands. Hinge toward the hips here. Bring your feet nice and wide. Bring your chest down towards the floor. If you can reach your arms through your legs, cool. Just get a nice deep stretch there. Good, bring your chest over the left thigh, over to the right thigh. Good, bring that chest up slightly. Bend the left knee, sit into the left side, press that right inner thigh down towards the mat. And switch sides. Stretching that inner thigh. Back to center, heel toe the feet in. Slowly roll up, head is the last thing to come up. You're gonna clasp your hands behind your back. Open up to the chest, into the front of the shoulders here. Good, reverse it. Hollow it out, stretch off the upper back, pull those shoulder blades apart here. Reach arms up to the ceiling, lean into one side. Stretching that side body, and then the other. And release. Awesome job. Thank you guys for playing. Yeah, good job.